Welcome to Forest Tech. What you've witnessed is a very recent creative piece for a teaser, and keeping in mind an awesomely sportive creative community right here on YouTube, I decided why not break this down for you from start to finish and run you through some key points on how I made this teaser. So here goes the workflow. Firstly, a bit about the brand. As you know, Hugo Boss, this very perfume here comes in blue. The packaging has the name Bottled Night since it's themed with night, so ultimately moonlight, white to blue tones kind of pop into my mind. So I used a small LED bulb with an umbrella on top of it, covered it with a cyan linen cloth since I couldn't find an exact blue. We will change that in the post. There you have the backdrop, simple and easy. Secondly, it's going to be all blue, so bring in a little neutral contrast was an essential. And for that, took this really old classic wooden table that I'm using right here and use it as a base for the product shoot. Wood just makes a nice dark contrast with the backdrop, and that's something which I really found fascinating. Now for the lights, the main key light that I have is the SL60W. I applied this double paper to diffuse it, and to stop it from spilling on the back wall, I wrapped some paper around. So this helped me from focusing my light right on the bottle. Turn it on and it's not bad. Now since the bottle is all dark and the Boss letters are merely visible, I had to add a second rim light to shine on those particular letters. Now, it's going to be very low intensity and it's going to just work fine. Next, what I needed was a light tube to go along for the close-up bypass shots. So this here is the Falcon Eyes Saber 1. You can have a look at its review I did a couple of months back. I'm going to be keeping this to 8000 Kelvin here, and this allows me to expose out some of those blacks and those blue tints right and where I want it in the bottle. To make this tube light more organic, I gave it a couple wraps of white diffuser to make it part of the scenario. And next up is the shots and editing. I will be taking this side by side and showing you how I did this. Now, apart from the last shot, which is this, I have taken all the shots handheld. These are all non-stop, trying to keep as fluid and seamless as I can. Now I can speed ramp it in the edit and make them look more seamless. I didn't want it to go 120 FPS, it wasn't really needed since the time is tight and we need to convey more story in that 15-second snap. So you can use Premiere or Final Cut, whichever you like for editing, but for a bit of visual effects, which is like these lightning effects and the title which I did, you have to go into something major like After Effects or adding those sort of effects. So I started off with DaVinci Resolve. I brought all of these footage into Resolve, attached all the clips in the sequence. So how I planned this was to start with a dark movie shot, which is a pullout, and I reversed it on the timeline. Having this reversed helped me from keeping the focus right on the bottle and did not lose it when I was going back. Add the first speed point and speed up the entrance. Speed point to transit to the next clip. Next up is the fall of the hand opening the cap. If you notice, the cap was kept open to avoid the jitter caused when opening it, and the camera goes from there to the next spray shot, which then swing into a couple of close-ups. Now to keep these shots match up, you need to keep your motion swings adjusted and plan your shots beforehand. Try to plan your videos in a way so you know where the shot in is going to take place and shot out. You can see for the shots, I have this white in the scene at the time of exit. That connects with something while right at the beginning of the next scene. Run it together and you can now feel it settles in much better. Once I'm done adjusting these scenes, a bit of basic color corrections was needed, nothing fancy. Brought in some of the sound effects, the swoosh, dash, a little bit of echo. Once the sound effects are in the place, I've exported my footage from Resolve and brought it right to After Effects. Now here on top of this, I had a static shot planned beforehand. For the light swings, I just simply move the light above and around to get these interesting artifacts. I later added these lights on top of each other and used the blending modes to make them all work together. Once I'm happy, I put this on top of my reverse clip. Now to make this subtle, I changed these layers to 3D layers and added a camera, since I had to animate these 3 frames to transit from the static image to the video and making it follow through the moody start of the teaser. After that, I made this lightning effect by choosing to wave from the menu. This white spot is where I connected one of the ends and the other end remained open. Then I adjusted my composition, and the same trick applies to the rest of the lightning used throughout the video. Now for the final shot, I added once again some of the light swing shots on top of my bottle and had to track these overlaying shines. Once that's done comes the title of the bottle. I used this really cool effect which was preset in After Effects. I made this alpha mask a part of my video, overlapped the video, a bit of adjustment with opacity, and created this closing transition to the title. Oh, and yes, I added the light sweeps to an adjustment layer as well. So soon the lightning strikes right inside the bottle, it swings into the bottle and sweeps this light to the center of it. After that, I rendered it from After Effects and brought it straight to Resolve, applied a second recolor layer to change the cyan backdrop to the blue. A few more sound effects to your satisfaction and rendered it. Alright, it isn't very simple, so if you think you would like to have an in-depth tutorial about some parts of this video, then shoot them down in the comments and I'll try to tailor my tutorial according to your needs and get back to you soon on that. So there we go, the workflow of this teaser. I hope it helps you in creating something special for your clients and campaigns in future. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see, and put down your suggestions in the comments. See you soon with another video. Till again, Forest Tech signing out.